You know, it's not no risk or rain, but I think it'll do. Nullpoint Protocol just released, and thank God, because honestly, I've been waiting for more games like this. I've always been a fan of action roguelikes, so when I saw this game on the recently released list on Steam, I figured that I should at least try it. There's not too much setup for this game in terms of story. All you need to know is that some alien thing keeps on spreading and consuming worlds, and you gotta stop it. In fact, every single time you lose the run, the next character you play as is different and from a distant world that hasn't been destroyed yet. You start every run in your base of operations, where you can change your color, buy permanent upgrades, and change your starting abilities. You're limited to a few abilities at a time, so having teammates makes it so you can have designated roles like melee damage dealer or healer, or maybe even a buffer. Each planet has different nodes that you will go to in order, such as special events where you can gain loot, rest stops where you can heal or train, or shops where you can buy new abilities. Once you complete a section of the star system, you'll move on to the next as you gain closer to the final boss. However, some sections include mini-bosses that you'll have to beat before advancing, and honestly, this is where my main gripe with this game comes from. Don't get me wrong, the bosses are beautifully designed, but a lot of the moves from certain bosses seem too hard to tell where the actual hitboxes are. In a game like this, getting confused so easily on where is safe and where is not can end your run in an instant, especially if you're playing solo. Not only that, the angle of which you play the game in, plus the jumping mechanic, makes it difficult to tell which altitude some attacks are going to land at. Besides all of that, I'm not a big fan of how limited the build creation is. You're only allowed a certain amount of abilities at a time, so having a dedicated build to a certain type of damage or debuff is kinda hard. At least when Risk of Rain did this, they had a bunch of artifacts and stackable passives that let you essentially do whatever you wanted. Despite these flaws with the game, I still enjoyed playing it, partly because it's just a nice time killer with friends. I still like the art style and basic gameplay, and for $10 on sale, it's not the worst to pick up.